We're so focused on being outside.
The weather is very gloomy. Cut them off. You scare me. Nobody's like God. So that's our first mistake. We want to look at others and see how others live their life and follow them. But are they following God? It spoke to me. What is going on with you, riders? I feel like it's been so long since I did an appropriate vlog style today. So today I have the energy to do a full appropriate vlog for y'all. I'm looking cute, if I can say so myself. All right, my hair is laid. I feel good in this color I'm wearing. I truly believe color really affects your mood. Cause when I wear yellow, baby, I'm gonna be happy all day because yellow truly brightens my day. So my hubby and I are getting prepared to go to church. We have our breakfast on the stove. We're gonna head out to church. Try to be there by 11:30, 11:45. It's just at 11:30, so we're gonna be about 10 to 15 minutes late. But that's okay. I just want to be in the house of the Lord today because I have so many things to be thankful for. And of course, I can thank God anywhere I am, in my home, in the street, in the bathroom, anywhere. But I really want to be among His people because I really want to have a community. So that's been my goal. Every time I go to church, I just leave knowing nobody still. So my goal today is to at least show face and try to commune with people. But yeah, that's the goal. Secondly, at the church, we're gonna head to the Dewberry Pumpkin Patch. And that's gonna be exciting because every year since my husband and I moved to California, we've always went through a pumpkin patch with a corn maze and something like that. And I always enjoyed that. So to now be in Texas and continue that tradition, I think that'll be super, super, super cool. So we're gonna hit that spot out. We're praying that the weather stays up because if it starts to rain or get cloudy or gray, we might just turn our butts and go home, honestly. And we tried, okay? But first off, we're going to church, y'all. My baby,
What I was saying was...
Oh, he's back.
I was saying was this. Hear me out, though. Hear me out. A lot of people are demon possessed. A lot of people have demons living within them, living inside of them, have taken complete control over their minds and their thoughts, right? And their bodies. And so they don't even have the capacity to surrender their will because the demon is inside of them controlling the will. So when you have God inside of you, if God is the light and you're following the light, then that means that as someone, you can take control of the will by surrendering it. See, that's the thing a lot of people don't understand. They think that when they surrender their will, they are surrendering control. But God is always in control. It's just that you have failed to recognize that He is the God of all things, including you. You are not above God. Surrender your will.
That was beautiful. Pastor Newman out here today.
So I invite everybody, donate $5 to my congregation.
We lost him.
Donate $5 to my congregation.
He was here for a moment, now he left.
Oh, so now I'm gone because I can't ask the church for $5.
You don't have a church.
Online church.
As you can see, we're on the road, we're in the car. So we heading to church, baby. See, I'm proud of my look this morning because I feel like I just been looking so crusty. Even though at home I was looking crusty, I put a little tint moisturizer on this morning. Not makeup, but a tint. My brows are bushy, but I was able to find shade. Got me away, y'all. Got me away. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna be really late, but that's okay because we're gonna be in the house of the Lord. Okay. And we haven't been to this one in a while. That's probably our favorite one we found since we moved out here. And that's saying something because when we was living in Santa Barbara, we didn't even find one that we like. So to find each other you like, You better hold on to it. Hold on to it. So right now we're listening to Stevie Rizzo. If y'all haven't heard of him, definitely check him out. My baby loves him. He has his favorite restaurant. Right? That's his favorite Christian artist. My Christian artist like fluctuates all season long.
Not me. I listen to the good.
So like I'll have a period of listening to Jonathan Granos, a period of listening to Lauren Daigle, I have a period of listening to Abby Gambio, I have a period of listening to Seven Hills Worship. So I have like my periods of like, all right, who am I really riding with right now? And I will just exhaust their music and I'll play it like on repeat. Right now it's Seven Hills Worship, and I love their song First Love, where it's basically describing how God is our first love. And I know God for sure was my first love. You know, before I fell in love with my baby, I fell in love with God, you know, in the ways that he was there for me, protecting me, guiding me, providing for me. So that song really hit home, like, you were my first love, God? So, it's beautiful. Anywho, see y'all at church. Surrender the world, now you and look at my baby's cuteness. I wore these shoes today, so he's like, me too. And he made this outfit work. Look at him. You know, got the gold accessories on. Showing your gold accessories, babe.
You see the vibes, the gold.
Yeah.
You already know what time
And
it
you're
is.
golden yourself too, babe.
I am gold.
Mm-hmm.
I work more than gold.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I'm more than gold.
And I still wear masks. Yes, I do.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I do.
At the end of the day, listen, this is what I want y'all to know, that it's always love. It's always love. So,
God is love.
yes, because God is love. It's always love. Don't get mad. Don't get glad. Don't get trash bag. Don't get fragile. Don't get...
You might be honest.
Alright, what else rhymes with mad? Had, sad, rad. Alright, gotta go.
Alright, we're at the pumpkin
y'all.
patch.
What's up, y'all? We're at the
Just
pumpkin patch inside of Whole Foods.
So here's the real update.
Here's a real update. So we're not going to the pumpkin patch simply because it is November. We missed that train.
The window is closed.
That window is definitely closed. That ship has
But
sailed.
even if there
That
was
Uber has
one,
canceled the ride.
even if there were one to go to, the
It's
weather
also-
is very gloomy.
It's not only gloomy, but it's also about to rain. So and then
Yeah,
the
it's
pumpkin
gloomy.
patch. It's also, it can be gloomy without rain though.
Yeah, that's true. It is a gloomy day. But anyways, it's gloomy now and rain is expected.
Ooh, they got organic.
And we don't want to get caught in the rain out there. Especially if we got to pay to go into one. Because there was one that we had to pay to go into. So imagine us going there and then it just starts raining. So it's like, we just paid to go in there and now it's raining and our time is ruined. So anyways, long story short, we decided to explore a new Whole Foods. And that brings us joy, doesn't it, honey?
Get some milk.
Oh yeah, let's get some milk. Yeah, I was gonna have to make it this week. I usually make my own almond milk. So that removes one thing. Almond, please. I'm used to almond, right? We're both used to the almond. There's not a lot of almond left? Huh? That's what I was asking. I'm like, I don't see almond. Those are vanilla.
Huh?
I said, I don't think the oat's gonna be that much of a difference. So I'm down to try it. Anyways, so we don't know what we want. We're just gonna browse, walk up and down. Oh yeah, we do like some chicken broth. And not that one. That's it, y'all. That's the life of us. We had big plans, but then the weather said otherwise. So here we are in Whole Foods.
Most beautiful.
Look at God, y'all. It is raining. It is raining, y'all. So here's what we're gonna do today. So because it's raining, we're gonna go home, we're gonna eat, we're going to learn, just like really dive deeper, and
We're gonna watch Chosen.
Learn more about God, y'all. And I think that's what people need today in this world. Like, we're so focused on being outside that we don't even know how God is inside of us all. And so today we're focusing on the inside, not outside.
Yeah, I think that's what God wanted us to do. He didn't want us to be at a pumpkin patch. So off we go. Gonna have a quick Sabbath lunch. And then we're going to watch Chosen in comfy clothes, which I love. I love a good comfy clothes day. I'm not even gonna lie. But because I was wearing yellow, I was trying to fake it by being like, yo, there's gonna be an outside day, it's gonna be a good day, it's gonna be bright. But then the rain came. I was taking my butt inside. So see you at the house.
And be on road on late nights.
We gotta protect us on this road and get us home.
Yeah, it's about to start.
Oh no. It is a new weekend, okay? Last weekend I left you off going to Whole Foods when I should have went to a pumpkin patch. But I didn't go to the pumpkin patch because it was raining and cold. And yeah, my butt got sick twice this fall, so I'm like, not again. So I've really been trying to protect myself. So I just wanted to check in on my closet right now because there's a couple things. Well, today I'm making a content day when I tend to stay home from like going to church or just being outside on the weekend. I make it a content day. So I have a lot of content to do. Some reels, like healthy, holistic habits. And also just some fun reels I like to do. Some Christian reels as well. And just YouTube videos, long form chit chat YouTube videos. So I hope you guys are tuned in, subscribe, bell is hit so you get the alarm, okay? Because there's a lot of amazing content coming your way, and I don't want y'all to miss out on it. I really don't, because y'all been sleeping on me. I've been sleeping on me, and no longer, okay? Because usually my content is just kind of like has fallen flat, I'm not gonna lie, because I don't live like the outside type of lifestyle. Like when I'm outside, I'm grocery shopping, I'm going to church, gonna be with family, spend some quiet time with family. Probably going to a Christian concert, which I actually had plans on going to the, Abby Gambio concert that is actually happening this Monday. Into my prayer closet now. And I actually have to cancel it. Due to personal reasons that I had to share with you guys another time. In my prayer closet, y'all. I'm gonna have to cancel. I can't go to see Abby Gambio, and she has been my favorite artist since I heard her first song. I think the first song I heard from her was sometimes I think that I think too much, and I wonder if you like it if I bite my tongue. Basically, she's speaking to God, saying, sometimes I think that I think too much. And sometimes I wonder if you like it if I held my tongue. But then I see that you like it when I talk. basically she's overthinking as a child of God, thinking like, maybe I shouldn't think too much. But then, like, if he's God, my Father, all loving, and wants a relationship with me, then he does want to hear my thoughts. And he does want to hear me talk. And I was just like, I love you, Abby, because that's sometimes how I feel when I feel too much. Because I'm a feeler. I feel deeply and for long periods of time. Something that could have happened to me last month, I'll still feel it this month. And when I heard that song, I said, Abby, you're my best friend. And you just don't know it yet. I love you. But due to personal reasons, I'm going to tell you guys another time why I can't go. I'm just so saddened. It is what it is. When you're adult, sometimes you gotta make tough decisions like this. And it's, without saying too much right now, I hate that because it's like, I'm talking about it without saying it, but it's kind of like, I kind of just want to talk about how good God is and how when he reveals something to you, like, it may feel like he's taking something away, but really he's just protecting you, right? So I feel like that's one of those situations now. That's why I'm choosing not to go, because I feel like he revealed something to me. It's like he's protecting me. It's so weird. It's so weird. It's so weird. Like, come back another video and I'm gonna make sure this all connects. I promise. I promise. I'm gonna put this video out now, but by next year, everything will come together, y'all. I promise. Anyways, so I came into my prayer closet. I just finished the book of Proverbs this week. Baby, why didn't anyone tell me, even though I knew this, the gems that Proverbs has? Like, I really wholeheartedly believe that if you had to read Proverbs just as an extracurricular activity or even as a part of the curriculum, a lot of people have a lot of common sense, because there was so many moments in here that I was just kind of like, it spoke to me. I want to share one. Like, it so often speaks about seeking wisdom. Now, so often people, like, will have wisdom knock on their door and they won't even answer. Rude, right? But that's how it is, you know? It says right here, to wear wisdom like you would wear a crown, you know, or a chain around your neck. Like, wear it proudly. In order to wear it proudly, you have to seek it. In order to seek wisdom, you got to go to God, because God is where you'll find wisdom. You're not going to find it in self. You're not going to find it in man. You're going to find it in God. Like, he gives you all, like, the morals and values and how to live an upright and righteous life. And I think that's like the beginning of wisdom. Because so often we want to look at others and see how others live their life and follow them. But are they following God? And even if they were following God, seek God and follow him so he can tell you how to go. Because that person who's living their life for God, God directed them to live their life that way. You have your own purpose. So, like, right here, this is talking about just growing up. Just a child growing up, listening to their mother and father. My child, listen when your father corrects you. Don't neglect your mother's instructions. What you learn from them will crown you with grace and be a chain of honor around your neck. Of course, like, all mother and fathers, are different. But if you have a mother and father who you see spends time with God, read the Bible, and honestly and earnestly seeks a relationship with God, then you know God is speaking to them, and that hopefully they're listening to them, to God. And in turn, God will speak to you through them, right? And I think, like, growing up, I think of so many times my mother tried to warn me of someone in my life. And she was like, V, I don't think that person's right for you. But because she's my mother, I would just see it as, you're just being overprotective. But then looking back now, I'm just like, she was right all along. And it took my butt sometimes 10 years to see it. Like, I went through like a friendship breakup. I went through a lot of friendship breakups. But I went through one in particular where my mom told me, like, first year of being her friend, that like, V, I don't think this friendship is right for you. I feel like you are like babying her, like she's like the child and you're like the mother in a sense, right? So weird. And I'm like, no, Mom, like we're equal, we're fine, like we both help each other. It's not just me helping her, right? But then looking back now at our friendship, my mom was right. Like, I hate to say that, but like I was in a way babying her. Like I was constantly like trying to help her, constantly pouring time into her and giving her like feedback and constructive criticism. And I spent a lot of time doing that. I would fly to her and help her, and I would talk to her on her phone hours on end. And I realize now that the friendship is over, how free I feel. You know, it's just kind of like, it's like a freeing feeling that God wanted me to have. That friendship wasn't equally yoked because she wasn't pouring into me the same way. And my mom been called that since day one. And I didn't listen. Like, I didn't listen. And another thing, consequences. Okay, when we do something, and consequences going to follow, right? What I'm about to read right now is Proverbs 1:24-27. It says, I call you so often, but you wouldn't come. I reached out to you, but you paid no attention. You ignored my advice and rejected the correction I offered. So I will laugh when you were in trouble. Oh, I will mock you when disaster overtakes you. Ah! When calamity overtakes you with a storm, when disaster engulfs you like a cyclone, and anguish and distress overwhelm you. Consequences, consequences. Like, we all know God's an all-loving God, all-forgiving God, but he's also loving with the strong arm. Like, tough love also. Like, he's not gonna coddle us all the way through when we make a mistake. Like, it's okay, honey, come back. Make a mistake again. It's okay, honey, come back. Make a mistake again. It's okay, honey, come back. Make a mistake again. No, he has to, in some way, show you that your mistake you made should never, ever, 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 ever be made again. And that's when disaster and storms and cyclones unfortunately may come your way when that happens. And I believe it. I believe it, I believe it, I believe it. Okay, like, I am a people pleaser. And I know God doesn't want me to be. Like, Galatians 1:10. Like, let me go to Galatians 1:10 real quick for y'all. Because I don't want to maybe be mistaken if it's not Galatians 1:10. I just know it's Galatians 10 something. It has a 10 in there. Okay, Galatians, let's try 1:10 first, yeah? 1:10. Yes, that's it. Wow, thank you, Lord. Okay, obviously I'm not trying to win the approval of people, but of God. If pleasing people were my goal, I would not be Christ's servant. And this is something I feel like God has been trying to teach me over and over and over and over again. Because I feel like my people pleasing looks differently depending on who the person is. Like, there'll be one person that I will hold my tongue back completely, and I will let them feel like they are right, and I'll make them feel like your way goes. I won't even share a peep of my way just because I'm that much of a people pleaser and I just want to get out of your hair because you scare me. Honestly, there's some people in my life who literally scare me. I'm just like, you win, you know? And then there's some people in my life that, like, I can speak up to, but I will still compromise just to show that like I'm a bit like flexible and easygoing. But at the same time, it's like if I stand firm on something, I should stand firm on something, right? And I know there were a couple of friends back in the day where I did that. Like I would try to observe the Sabbath and still break it by like doing this, but not that, you know? Like going out with them on the Sabbath, but saying like, okay, I won't kind of indulge and I'll be home. I'll stay for an hour and go home later. Like that's me trying to like please man and God at the same time. Honestly, because I have like so few people interactions now, just how my life is set up, it's not often I'll have that because I protected myself so much the past like year. Cause I've experienced so much hurt from people when like I just try to be myself, and yes, sometimes like it comes off, like whether it's like too critical or I don't voice myself enough, and at the end I voice myself, and then it's like, well, now you tell me, you know, like consequences, because when I'm being too critical, right, and I think I'm gonna stand firm, I'm gonna be honest, you know, then I feel like that bites me in the butt because then they're gonna be like, nah, like you're too critical, you see like this, and then the times where I'm like a little like flexible, easygoing, trying to like show them like, yeah, I love that, but this may work and this may work, but I'm not sure, like your call. Try to be like so like easygoing. That's when people like feel like, okay, you're not being totally honest with me. It's weird. I digress. This chapter is just filled with just wisdom seeking and from God and from parents and from, you know, authority even, and lessons of like not being lazy, don't have a lying tongue, adultery, and women who seduce. Talk about that a lot. Women who seduce men. About riches and being poor, and it's better to be have wisdom. But I'm excited to be in Ecclesiastes. Now I'm in the book of Ecclesiastes, and I'm so excited about that because I love how it started, like how so many things are meaningless in this world. And I realize that now as I enter into 30, I'm just like, now that I'm in 30, I'm 31, I'm just like, yo, a lot of things in life are so meaningless. Obviously, there's so much more I have to encounter that's meaningless. But like things I used to worry about in high school and college and in law school, I look back now, I'm just like, I wasted sleep on it. Like everything is meaningless, says the teacher. Completely meaningless. And I'm just like, I see that. Like honestly, the only thing I ever care about now is my relationship with God and my family. And now it's just like my immediate family, which is really just me and my hubby. Because I love my mom and your daddy, my brother and sister. But honestly, they have their own life to live, okay? And I do too. Like, there was a point in my life where I used to always, like, do the most. And I realized there's no point. Sit down. Nobody cares. This is meaningless. Just worry about yourself, which is your relationship with God. Okay, and listen with your hubby. And that's it. And that is it. Like, all the time I still catch myself, like, wanting to go back to my old self and be like, oh, I want to do this for this person. I want to do this for this person. But no, they're going to chew you up and spit you out. They don't care. Nobody cares. Okay, that doesn't mean I'm not going to be nice to people, be respectful to people. But I'm done doing the most. I used to be called the most Newman. I was always doing the most. When I hung out with friends, I was always buying their groceries, filling up their gas, buying them gifts, sending them gifts. Nobody cares about you but God. Nobody cares about you but God. And maybe you may have special relationships where that person does care about you back. You are lucky. because it is true luck in this world to really find somebody who values you and cares for you in return. And when I say values you, sees that the person you are is really good. Because some people will just look at you and see who you are and see it as like evil or bad. Because like they refuse to see the good in you. Like it's weird. Or maybe you did do something bad, right? Maybe your old young naive self was mean, was a bad person. But now as you grow into this Christian loving person, they cannot see you as anything else. Cut them off. Cut them off. Because now you're constantly going to try to show this person like, I'm no longer that person. Or you're trying to show this person to see that like, I'm growing closer to God and God is changing me day by day. But no, the person they don't want to see that. They're still holding on to the hurt. So no matter how good, how loving you are now, they're going to always see that as, yeah, you were still mean though in 2002. Back in 2002, you were still mean though. But yeah, just to say that, like, but God really, when you go to God and ask for forgiveness, He will really throw your sin in the deepest part of the sea. And He will open up His arms to you. And He has already forgotten what you've done, right? Or what you said. And yeah, I'm talking from a lot of like pain and trauma. But I think I had to go through this pain and trauma. I had to go through this isolation period in order for me to see that God is truly the only person who has your back, who loves you, who cares for you, who will wrap His arms around you, whether you're having a good day or a bad day, who will see like you for who you are, who knows your heart because you invited Him in your heart. So He sees your heart. He sees the struggles you're going through. And He doesn't excuse them, but He's going to nurture you and nurse you back to your full potential. He's not going to discard you like, oh, nah, I ain't got time to wait for you to grow. You got to go. You got to go. Like, no, God has the time and He wants to see you grow and He wants to go through the growth with you. And I think many times in this earth, we go through hurt and pain and trauma from people because we expect them to treat us how God would treat us. And it's like, they ain't God. Nobody's like God. So that's our first mistake. We're like begging them like, look at me how God is looking at me. Love me how God loves me. Treat me how God would treat me. And they're like, no. I'm going to treat you how I see you. And I see you as XYZ. I can go on for so many things, but I'm going to do a friendship video on another video. And maybe talk about like isolation period too. Because like I'm like after moving from Cali to Texas, like I was literally dropped into an isolation. So talk about that as well and how it's definitely beneficial to your Christian growth, just being isolated for a little bit. And it's not just being isolated because you're running away from people. No. It's an isolation period so that you can like really lean on God and really grow how God wants you to grow. And you're not looking at this person and trying to grow like them. You're not looking at that person trying to grow like them. You're only looking at God. And there's nowhere else you can look but in your relationship with God. And be like, you know what? I see what you want me to do, God. And I would have never saw that if I was still hanging out with this person. And I would never saw that if I was still going to this place with this person. You know, or if I was still engaged with helping this person, not helping myself. Because that's what I would do sometimes. I will literally put my whole life on back burner, answer my friend's call, and be there for them. Meanwhile, if I was going through something, They will hit me with the boundary. Boop. Anyways, I still have to say, just lean on God. Hold on to God. That's my fall video of the day. I'm gonna spend some time with God. And yeah. And also watch the next video. Next video I'm gonna drop is like Halloween and Christianity. Because last weekend was Halloween. And you know how we have a good conversation about like Halloween and Christianity. And I also like watch different like people's perspectives and their take on Facebook posts. And I have a couple things I want to share about that too. I did some research myself. So watch the next video about Christians and Halloween. And I think I might do one too on Christians and Christmas. Because I was speaking to someone and they were saying like how Christians are pagan holiday. But then I'm just like, Christmas is also a time where we fully acknowledge just God. Like Halloween has nothing to do with God. It's just trick or treat, sorcery, witches, death. Like God is nowhere in Halloween. I'm gonna unpack all that in the next 2 videos. Check them out. Hope you guys enjoy them. But until then, love you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!